are now locked into the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Here is your host, Brandon Blakeney.
That front court of South Carolina is big, they're physical, they're aggressive, and they're number one in the nation right now in rebounding overall per game. They are snagging up everything, and it's a balanced effort. Looking at the keys for South Carolina literally just has to come in and play their game. We talked about scoring offense. SC is fourth in the nation with 90.8. They are first in the nation in field goal percentage at 52.6%. And they are first in point differential, beating teams by almost 40, y'all. Their averaging margin win is 38.6 points per game. You know what I'm saying? They're averaging 48.6 rebounds per game. They have the fourth scoring defense in the nation. They're holding teams to 15.1% from the field. They are leading the nation in blocks as well at 8.9 blocks per game. And they have 5 double-figure scorers. South Carolina has been the most dominant program in the nation so far this year. And since the season, let's just say that. Don Staley has these hoopers locked in. This team is just showing no mercy. They are out here pummeling teams with pressure, the ball pressure, forcing all kinds of turnovers, the depth, the speed, the athleticism. You added in the shooting, the one weakness they had last year. Raven Johnson shooting the rock now. She is not hesitating. You have one of the best three-point shooters in the nation, and Tahina Pow, who's out there lighting it up. Bree Hall out there lighting it up, giving them some great minutes. A guard that's really waited her turn. Good length. Can really knock it down, stretch the floor, and she can get hot. We've seen it. Then, of course, you got Malaysia Wiley coming off the bench, the superstar freshman, another point guard, another weapon who can really go off and impact this game and light LSU up with the scoring, with the playmaking, with the pizzazz, with the flash in the front court. Camila Cardoso, dominant. I don't know if they're not going to be able to double her. I'll tell you that because the shooters are too good. I don't know what, like Angel Reese is going to have her hands full going one-on-one. Cardoso averaging 13 points, 10 rebounds, almost 3 blocks per game. We mentioned Pow averaging 12 points, 4 assists. Raven Johnson leading the team with 5 assists. They basically have 2 point guards on the floor at all times. You got Chloe Kitts, 10 and 6. Just the front court, Cardoso, Kitts, Watkins, Vegan coming out of nowhere. Like there's so much depth in that front court that they're just going to be able to rotate bodies, and it could wear down that front court for LSU. Looking at it, we mentioned Bree Hall averaging 10 a game. She's a double-figure scorer as well. One of those shooters. She's shooting 48% from the three-point line. Pow shooting 55%. Raven Johnson shooting 40%. Tessa Johnson, a breakout freshman in her last game. She's making some noise, another weapon. And she can shoot the rock as well, shooting the 3 at 42%. So they're not going to be able to pack the lane. They're not going to be able to really play zone with this team. Angel Reese is going to have to guard Cardoso straight up. Or Del Rosario is going to have to guard Cardoso straight up. And I think that's the matchup they really might have to go with, is putting Del Rosario on Cardoso at some point. Like, she's going to have to really grow up really quick because Cardoso is big down there, physical, a monster. And then you still got to deal with Chloe Kitts, who's super scrappy, super feisty. Love her game as well. She's going to have an impact on this game. Then you got Ashlyn Watkins coming off the bench, averaging almost 3 blocks a game. Like her and Cardoso are sending everything back. Like this South Carolina team is coming into hostile territory, and they're undefeated. You know what I'm saying? LSU has lost 2 games already. We know they got their doors blown off first game of the season to a very talented Colorado squad. Then they got upset by Auburn, and they won their last 2. Coach Don Staley still holding the crown in the SEC for the most part, still being the most dominant program for the last several years. You know, LSU is still feeling like the new kids on the block, but they do have a natty. And like I said, they are the champs, so they aren't the champs anymore. But this is going to be big-time players. I mean, the perimeter scoring has to be there for both. I mean, I'm just so excited for so many different things. who's going to win the turnover battle. Both teams have struggled with free throws at times. Who's going to, free throws is going to be crucial. Everything is going to matter in this game. But I think Angel Reese has been so dominant this season. This is going to be her toughest matchup. She's not, it's going to be a lot of size she's going to have to deal with. She's not going to be the tallest player on the floor. And yeah, she's winning against bigs, but not as good as Camila Cardoso right now. Like her, Chloe Kitts, they're going to make things hard on Nisa Moro. I think Moro is going to really have to get going from the perimeter and stretch the floor and knock down shots because those easy paint looks are not going to be there all night. I just don't see it. There's too much size. South Carolina's blocking all types of shots. And with this game, it feels like it's gonna be high scoring, right? But then you also look at South Carolina's defense, how that will impact things. This will be the best offense they've seen. LSU's gonna score points. That's just what they do. But is South Carolina gonna be out there forcing turnovers? We've seen these LSU guards be careless with the basketball so far this season at times. It's gotten better. They tightened it up. But we've seen them get sloppy and turn the ball over. We've seen South Carolina be horrible at the free throw line, like we said. It's going to be about possession. You're going to have to win each possession. That's really how this game's going to be. It's going to be like a chess match out there, honestly. South Carolina, we keep mentioning the depth. That's what sticks out the most. The depth. Can LSU make up for that, or can they rely on some role players? I doubt they're just going to be throwing players that haven't been played into the fire, but hey, you never know. Coach Mulkey always got an ace up her sleeve. But this South Carolina team has just been dominant. This is one of Don Staley's best teams ever. I think we can all look at the numbers and see that. The depth, top to bottom. I caught some flack because I said South Carolina didn't really have any weaknesses. They still haven't shown us any weaknesses. Y'all tell me what the weaknesses are because I'm watching them every week and I don't see none. What? Y'all tell me. Holler at me in the comments. Let me know what the weaknesses are because they have completely transformed into. They got some sharpshooters on the perimeter. They didn't lose anything down low. They're still banging down there, getting whatever they want to paint. They got those slashers, Bree Hall, Malaysia Full Wiley, Raven Johnson, Tessa Johnson in the fold down. They got slashers that can get to the cup. You know what I'm saying? They've got smart guards who can initiate the offense. As long as Raven Johnson and Pow are out there, you have 2 point guards that can either shoot the basketball and score and look for their own shots, or can set up the offense and get others involved and make things easier for them. Get those players in their sweet spots. That's tough to deal with. That's a whole lot of playmaking to deal with. I'm just saying, man. But South Carolina's going to have to play defense because LSU has more firepower than any team they've seen this season. This is going to be, we talk about the depth. The starting five, they don't play a whole lot of people at LSU. That starting five is legit. And they're going to need all of them scoring double figures and do what they do. But they're going to be feeding off that home crowd. Don't underestimate the home team, the home fans. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be loud in there. And it's not going to be a friendly crowd for South Carolina. They are not trying to see South Carolina leave out of Baton Rouge with a W, straight up. I'm just saying. So it's going to be interesting to see. I'm excited to see the matchup, though. I think this is just going to be high-level bump, for real. And this game is not a make or break for any of these teams. It's January for crying out loud, people. This is no make or break game, but it is a nice first test, the first look at both teams. But these teams will look totally different in 2 months. If they match up again for the SEC championship, these are going to be 2 different teams that we see. They're going to be a lot further along. I think LSU is going to make some major strides. But this is a game that could be a statement game. This could be a statement game for LSU to really, you know what I'm saying? We to get that Auburn takes all out of our mouths because we still kind of looking back at that. I'm just saying. So if they can get this win against South Carolina, we're gonna be looking at LSU different. We're going to be looking at them real different. But y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comments about everything. Holler at your boy. Let me know. Give me predictions. Y'all see I didn't make one. I know better. I ain't setting myself up for that. But y'all let me know the predictions. Holler at your boy. And make sure you hit that subscribe button for all the latest and the greatest. I'm Brandon Blakeney. This has been Live with Brandon Blakeney. Until next time, we out.